G'day folks, here we are again. It's Monday. Doesn't look like rain. Well, not for a few hours anyway, so I thought I'd just jump on the bike and go for a ride. I've spent the last couple of days just making sure everything's all trim and shipshape, and she's all working. Give the thing a bit of a turn on here. What do we got? Oh yeah, we're ready to go, I think. How's that? Anyway, come with me, we're going to go for a ride. I got to keep moving, unfortunately, because it's a bit muggy today. As you can see, the weather looks like it's building up for some rain. We've got about 2 hours before it rains, so I've got to get out there and do a little half-hour run around. And look at that mirror, would you? Where that mirror is pointing. That's definitely a problem actually. Let me see if I can fix that up. I don't know why that would be a problem. But I had everything set. There we go. Right, okay. I suppose the thing we could talk about first, the challenges of motorcycle riding here in Thailand. Apart from the weather, it's all the gear you got to get on there. Oh my god, you know, boots, jackets, making sure everything's all set up there. The reason for this ride today is the fact that, well, we had a few people, I would say a few people seemed rather interested in that video I did running around our Muban and our local area on the scooter. And of course I have a big bike, so I wouldn't want to take the scooter on this run because it's a little bit further, a little bit less comfortable. And we got a truck coming, let's just get out of here. That's alright, you have the right of way, you already started turning, really. I suppose we could talk about the challenges of Thai driving, because we hear about this all the time. Thai driving, the problems we have in Thailand with the driving. And quite honestly, I really don't see much difference from, you know, like Australia. In Australia you might find somebody will jump out of the car and deck you if you want to cut in front of it. I don't see that here in Thailand. The only real problems we really see in Thailand is the a problem with the I've got a truck bearing down on me. The problem with the let me just think about that for a second. Yeah, I'm not one of these crazy Thais that'll cut out in front of people, but there is a particular right of way. I'm sort of on the right hand turn here, and there's this Isuzu wants to turn, so he'll more than likely give way to me. Well, no, he won't give way to me. You fucking were indicating, you fuck. Jesus. Some people. Of course, I've been driven on these tyres for the last 12 months or 9 months. They're a bit on the slippery side too. So there you go. Now I can't ever see whether the camera's still working. I'm going to have to just check that. Hold on. Didn't hear it beep at all, so... It's still recording, okay, so that's still good. I don't know why I heard a beep 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 before, some sort of timer. these GoPro devices can be a little bit on the finicky side. Well, that's what I found compared to my Sony, at least anyway. Right, we're off and running, I think. Yeah, some of the Thai driving problems we have here really is just a simple lack of education. You know, and of course I'm speaking from being in a position of looking after somebody who didn't exercise due caution for, you know, riding without a helmet. This is just a typical thing we see in Thailand. People just don't give a damn about their own personal safety, and when they knock their head about, they inevitably sort of create a situation of constant care with everybody else around you. Well, there you go. Obviously he's got an appointment with some sort of undertaker, I'm sure. But yeah, that's the biggest problem we have here in Thailand, is the actual driving, the lack of care. There are a set of unwritten road rules about trying to, you know, merge into a street like here, you know, giving way to the right and all that sort of stuff. But that's really sort of more of a gentleman's agreement than anything else, because some people just don't do it. Some people think that they own the road, but everywhere I've driven in the world, isn't it the same case? You'll find some arsehole that thinks that they own the road. This bike here is a bit harder to deal with when it comes to lane splitting, because it's a cruiser. They don't have the... We'll let him in. Come on. One thing about being retired, I'm really not in a hurry to be anywhere. You can cut in front of me as much as you want. It's all good, just long as you indicate, tell me what you're doing. Now he indicated to come in front and just pushed in, and then, yeah, well, couldn't wait that extra 60 seconds, which is one of the biggest problems we have here. They just don't want to wait 60 seconds. You know, when you start to compare that to, you know, typical Thai life where nothing seems to get done fast, they get behind a wheel and it's like there's a new mandate for gotta be first. But anyway, I don't want to knock their driving. As I said, it's just basically most of the problems we have here is just a lack of care and responsibility and expecting somebody else to foot the bill. You know, I think it also could be part of their karma and their Buddhist, you know, karma wheel. Maybe they're looking for a better turnaround next time, but, you know, does that really mean you need to sacrifice your own life through a lack of care? I don't know. Anyway, let's drive. This restaurant here, the Garden Hut Inn, to the side of this, we've done one video there. It's quite a nice little setup. Let me just put my map on here. There we go. It keeps me a track of where we're going, just so I don't lose track of the turns. Here's a little driving technique that I'll impart to you. If you're not in a hurry to go anywhere, travel about maybe 50 feet behind a B2, like a B double or something, if it's going the wrong, like in the same direction as you. Why? Because you're not going to get too many people cutting in front of him. So yeah, got to leave just enough gap for them to see you, you know, and still enough gap for you to stop. But little tricks like that will obviously help you improve your road safety conditions. that's the other interesting thing. I've got the horizon leveling set up for the camera today. I wonder if it actually goes and flips when I do a lean to a turn. I don't expect any really heavy leans. I'm not a race bike, I'm a cruiser. But still, there's a few turns on the road here which does require me to lean in. We'll see how the camera comes out at the end of it, I'm sure. One of the best things about driving in Thailand is usually the weather, predicting the rain. But once you get out there, if you've got a nice little mesh jacket on there, like you get about 2 to 3 degrees cooler in the what they call just the evaporative cooling that you get through the jacket, which makes it a really nice, you know, comfortable. It feels like 25, 26 inside my jacket here, and although the outside temperature's around 32, can't complain. The only thing you've got to complain about is have to stop. You'll quite often see that sort of situation in the centre of Bangkok, you know, underneath the overpasses, you know, and the traffic lights, where all the bikes get together and huddle underneath the shade. It's quite bizarre, but you got to do what you got to do when it gets hot. Those city streets aren't cool. Here's our first turn anyway. Yeah, you just like to have the whole road to yourself, don't you? Yes, we got your number plate, dick. That is a through road that I think will actually go around. Oh, come on, Jesus, it's a fucking road, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I had the right of way in that corner, but this is Thailand. Yeah, that little 150cc, you know, crutch rocket, these little turns can be a lot of fun, but yeah, you've got to lean too much for them. And you can lose your head if you lean too much and those cars cut out too far. To our left here is Kawasaki. We've taken with it a video there, only not too far away. But make great coffee, I should say. Great mate coffee. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to even do any cutouts in this one here. I've got no time for thinking about all the things I'll say wrong. My focus is on making sure I drive properly. Not so much what's coming out my mouth. Yeah. This little section we're driving through at the moment is like another one of those Bangkok green lungs. There's 2 of them in the main part of the city, but there's a few more specially reserved areas where they don't allow sort of, you know, industrial building and everything else. So this is all farmland, but we are still east of Nakhon Pathom city. But there is more farming out here as well. But this is what I would call another one of those little green pockets where they just particularly let it just overgrow. There's a little bit of, you know, farming inside there, but it's subsistence. It's not main markets. Now we're coming up to a confusing part of the road. Where are we? I think we go down here. No, it's not there. This one. Yeah, we might not have any traffic out here, but like I said, cars tend to think it's a one-lane road, especially around the corners, and you just got to be really careful because most of them are blind. Coming out here on a screaming through, you know, four-cylinder sports bike, trying to do bendies, nah, it's not going to work. You'll end up in front of somebody's grill. Going back into suburbia again now. That's the Rye King Public Hospital behind us there. Went there one time to get my was it health the health certificate for a driver's license about 5 years ago. Walked in there, told to take a number. It was about 5 out of the 60. That was about 10 o'clock in the morning. And then they just called 105, and I'm going, I'm not waiting here all day. So we went down to found a local clinic, did the whole thing there. One day we'll have to come and do this open air, you know, eatery. I don't know if people actually like seeing those sort of wet market eateries in full swing, but we can definitely do it. Now, Chanya did tell me about this. This is going to be an issue that we're going to have to deal with. This is the traffic that we talked about that we're going to have to deal with here. For everybody coming to Rye King, because the Temple Fair is on. That last video we did is about the Temple Fair, so there you go. Now, I do think we've got a bit of a gap here somewhere we can go through on the other side. The thing I'm worried about most here is clipping my peg on the gutter there, as opposed to worrying about hitting somebody's mirror. And that bus has pulled over a little bit too far for me, I think. I'll have to wait for him to go down. Navigating the gaps and the potholes on the side of the road. It's always fun. He's turning right, so we can go around him. This is when you're not moving, it starts to get a bit on the warm side. This is the road back to Don Wai and back to our house, but normally we get a bit of traffic along here, but not too much. The real problem here is the fact that you have to share the road with carts and bikes and everything else, and when these carts get on the road, you know, they'll do probably a maximum of 20 kilometres an hour and just holds everybody up for 10 minutes. But you know how it goes. Yeah, you got to share the road. I just wish they'd learn to pull over a little bit. That range is going to be a problem, isn't it? I do need to stop and put some air in my tyres. They're feeling it a bit on the rubbery side. PT. They should have an air pump here. Alright, let's just quickly undo the tyres. Right, okay. We've got 26. Yeah, it felt a bit on the soft side. There we go. Whoop. Don't lose these caps. No one dirt in there. And this one here. Oh, cool. That was 29. There we go. Up. Good, good. Ooh, bang my head. Okay, couple. There we go, nice shot of the Chan River there as we make our way up. Oh, I'm ready to go and get a drink of water. Moving again. All that sweat is just evaporating off right now. And I am not going to play chicken with the cement truck. It can go past me, no problem whatsoever. For the crab. Okay, we're back, we're home. That's a bit of a struggle. I've got to be careful just there. There's a bit of algae growing on the concrete, which I'll have to get some chlorine and remove. Whoop, wait, come on, there we go. Good, and off we go. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little test ride for us. See if all the equipment's still working. I'm going to go upstairs now and see if I can actually cut a video out of it. That's one of the biggest problems. You've really got no time to actually sit down and, you know, retake shots. You're in the middle of traffic and things like that. So what comes out of the can is what comes out of the can, and that's usually a bit of a challenge, especially when you haven't run the stuff for like 12 months. See how we go. Anyway, peace out, guys. I don't think there's any bloopers on this one. It's probably going to be long enough anyway. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Just a little run around our area. More, not so much of our living area, more of our farming area. Anyway, catch you later, guys.
I want you to lift me up so